everyone, and welcome back to my doll collecting channel. Today I have a video requested by my good friend Kyla Collects here on YouTube, and she did a version of this video, dolls I regret buying or I regret purchasing. So she said that I should do one of these videos, so this is a request from her. So in this video I'm going to be talking about the American Girls and the Rainbow High dolls that I have regretted purchasing mostly throughout this year. I can't remember quite when I got all of these dolls, but mostly it'll be through this year. Now, if I had any major regrets, most of the time I return the dolls, but these are kind of like my least favorites in my collection right now. First are a group of dolls that I see a lot of people who collect Rainbow High stating that they regret getting these dolls, and that is the cheer line from Rainbow High. This was one of the first lines that came out from Rainbow High, and it was a budget line, and it didn't come with second outfits, and it didn't even come with stands. And I got them because I got Bella, and I was absolutely in love with Jade and Poppy from the cheer line. I just really love their high ponytails and their bows, and I just thought the detail was absolutely amazing, and even the sneakers and just the boots were so cute. Not very practical for, you know, doing a sport, but they are very stylish and very cute. So when I found them on sale from Walmart, well, I found Poppy and Skylar on sale at Walmart, and then I had to pay full price for Jade over here, but Jade was my favorite from the line, so I thought if I got any of them, I would have to get Jade. Even though they are super duper cute, I have so many Rainbow High dolls, and I do have all of them. I have Jade from Winter Break, Skylar from the main line, and Poppy from Winter Break. So I do have kind of the more regular dolls. I don't know, I feel like I just was so excited because it was a new thing, and I just bought them a little too early. Next we have Avery, and the reason I purchased Avery was because she came with all of the clothes and the clothing rack, and I was able to get her for $32 when normally she's $80 Canadian. And I'm not too big of a fan of her outfit, nor of her character in the show. It is pretty cool that I have like a character from the show who does reoccur on the show, at least in the earlier seasons. I'm not too up to date with the newer seasons. So I'm glad that I have a character that, you know, was featured in the show. So it's not a complete regret, especially since I got her like with the clothing rack. However, as a doll, I am not the biggest fan of her. I don't like her hair too much, and I kind of forget about her in my collection. Next we have Violet, and Violet is a character I do like on the show. I know that a lot of people don't like Violet or they find her annoying. I think she's a pretty interesting character. I love that she has a vlog because obviously I'm a YouTuber too, so I like the whole, I love it when characters are like vloggers or YouTubers or things like that. I always relate to them really well. But I wanted to get the Winter Break Violet because I like Winter Break Violet more than Series 1 Violet, but I thought, hey, I want to get all of the main girls from Series 1. But that ended up not happening because Jade was a Toys R Us exclusive here in Canada, and she had been sold out for months at this point. So I wasn't able to get Jade, and Jade was like my favorite from Series 1, and I love Jade as a character, so I wasn't able to complete my Series 1 of Rainbow High. So I kind of regret getting Violet from Series 1 because I'd rather have Winter Break Violet since I wasn't able to complete the first series. I do like having a Violet in my collection. Next we have Series 1 Ruby, and part of me is glad that she's in my collection because I feel like she's a pretty rare doll. But on the other hand, I'm not really the biggest fan of Red. If you liked Red, she's an absolutely gorgeous doll. But she does kind of have this tomboy look about her, which is not my personal style. But again, I bought her because I wanted to complete my Series 1. And again, I'm not able to find Jade. I can't find, couldn't find Poppy, and I couldn't find Sunny too. So I have half of Series 1. But since I'm not collecting Series 1, I kind of regret purchasing her. I do like her as a character in the show, but as a doll, I'm just like her. She's an absolutely gorgeous doll, but I'm not a fan of her style. So maybe I'll do a restyle of her, but then again, I'm not the biggest fan of Red. Next we have Winter Break Poppy, and she's definitely not a regret, but she's not a doll I love as much as I thought I would. When I first saw Winter Break Poppy, I said that she was my favorite Rainbow High doll ever. However, having her in my collection, I'm just a little bit disappointed because her hair is so difficult to take care of. Here, if I spin her around, you can see how much of a mess her hair is. But I don't know how to fix it because I want to keep the original curls. But I don't know how to do that because it's messed up now and I would have to wash it and restyle it, and I'm really not the best at redoing doll hair. And she's a really gorgeous doll, but I get overwhelmed sometimes when I look at her because she kind of looks like a mess. So I do like her and she's my favorite of Winter Break. However, she's not my favorite doll in my collection. Next, I have two dolls that I don't regret having in my collection. I just regret the price that I paid for them. So I bought them when they were on sale for $34 Canadian, when normally they are $45. So I thought I was saving $10, and normally I don't see Rainbow High dolls go on sale for that low. However, recently with Boxing Day sale, and I received both these dolls for Christmas. So my mom bought Heather and I saved Nicole to unwrap on Christmas Day. I did a Christmas Day live stream where I opened 2 Shadow High and 2 Rainbow High dolls. So if you want to go check out that live stream, it's about half-hour long. So it is a little bit of a longer video, but some people love the longer, chattier videos. So if you want to go check that out, it's still on my channel, so you can go still watch that recording of the live stream. But anyways, the dolls were on sale for Boxing Day for $24 each, which would have been half off. And I don't have Luna or the boy doll, so I thought about getting Luna and the boy doll, but I'm not the biggest fan of Luna, and I don't need to have all the Rainbow High dolls, I'm realizing, because that would be so many, and I'm not a super fan of Rainbow High, and there's just so many different dolls. It feels impossible to collect them all. You know, I'm a much bigger fan of like Ever After High, which I mean, it's a good thing they don't exist anymore because I feel like my bank account wouldn't forgive me. So with the Shadow High dolls, they're so cute and so adorable. They look so much better out of box than they did in the box, especially Nicole with those beautiful little pigtail curls, and Heather looks so cool with her sparkly lipstick. So they are really cool dolls. I don't regret having the dolls in my collection. I just regret not waiting a little bit longer so they would go on a further sale. Doll that I regret buying in my collection was actually a doll that I bought as a child, and that is Sage Copeland. So I bought her in 2013 when she was the Girl of the Year, and I bought her to be my look-alike doll because at the time I had reddish brown hair and glasses. So I bought her a pair of glasses, and I ended up, I think I accidentally threw them out, which is not a good thing. I think I threw them out when I bought like one of those American Girl store gift bags. I was throwing it in the recycling, and I think the glasses were in the bottom of that. So that's the story of how I lost the blue two-tone glasses, which were so cute, and I can't find them anywhere. So yeah, I'm a little sad that I don't have the blue two-tone glasses, but I bought these ones maybe a year or two ago, and these ones look similar to the glasses I wear now. So she's a little bit like my look-alike doll. However, I have like more, as I've gotten older, my hair has become darker and it's more of a black now. I don't want to fully commit and say that it's black because for literally my whole life I've said that I've had brown hair, but now seeing photos of myself, it looks very, very dark and definitely doesn't look like Sage's hair, which is how my hair used to look when I was a child. Aside from her not really looking like me anymore, I'm not the biggest fan of look-alike dolls in general. As an adult, I really don't see the point because I'm a huge fan of historicals, so I wouldn't be upset if she was a historical doll, but she's a Girl of the Year, which is a line I don't really collect. I have no other Girl of the Years in my collection. There's only one Girl of the Year that I would be Grace, because I love Pink and I love France and I love just Grace's collection in general. I don't think I'll ever sell Sage because she is from my childhood and she does kind of look like my look-alike, and she is a very beautiful doll. So I don't think I'll ever resell her or anything like that, but I sometimes wish that I had bought a Cecile instead as a kid, but I can't complain about it too much because I do have a Cecile now in my collection. Now the next doll I'm going to be showing you is my Just Like You 20. She may be a Girl of Today 20, I'm not too sure. She is an early version. I think she is pleasant company. I'm fairly confident she's from the 90s, so she would be pleasant company, I believe. But if you asked me a year ago which doll I regretted the most, it would be this doll. Now this doll has an interesting story because I got her on a lot from Kijiji, which is like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and all those sites, but it's in Canada. And I bought her and a Kirsten and an Our Generation doll for $50. I sold the Our Generation doll for $15, so I ended up spending about $17.50 on this doll and then $17.50 on the Kirsten. Now for years I didn't know what to call her. I kept on changing her name. I thought about turning her into a boy doll. I thought about doing all these things, but she is a Just Like You 20, which apparently, and I've only found this out recently, she's a very rare doll and a lot of people want her. So I would feel bad for re-wigging her because she is a rare doll. Now she isn't like a number 4 or any of the dolls that are super expensive rare, but she is rare and not a lot of people have her. Now she is called Marta in my collection, so she is from Kirsten's stories, so she is like another pioneer girl, and I like having 2 dolls of the same era because then they can wear, you know, 2 different outfits and I can kind of display them, you know, wearing, you know, 2 outfits from that same era. So I love the concept of the best friend dolls, so Kirsten having a best friend is really cool. I do want a Singing Bird doll, but I don't know which doll I would use for that Singing Bird custom. Singing Bird is a indigenous character from Kirsten's stories, so I would like a Singing Bird. I've always wanted a Singing Bird since I was a kid and read Kirsten's stories for the first time, but I just don't know what doll to use for that. But anyway, so I don't regret having this doll now because I think she makes a great Marta. The next doll on this list might be a surprise, but that's my Kaya doll, which I bought in October. Now the reason I regret Kaya is because I've always wanted a Josefina doll since I was a kid, but I've struggled to find a good price for a Josefina, and I can't buy a Josefina brand new from the American Girl website, or the American Girl chapter's website, so I can't get it like shipped to Canada. So I have to buy a used version of Josefina, and usually the ones that are left are the Pleasant Company ones, and people usually know that she's worth a little bit of more money if she's a Pleasant Company, so they charge more for her. So I was able to find a Kaya for a really great price. Even though she wasn't next on my list, I said I wanted to collect all the American Girl historicals. So I thought, why not get Kaya, since she was a really great price and she was sold within Canada, so I didn't have to pay too much for like shipping and import fees. So she was a really, really good deal for this Kaya, and she came with her meat outfit and her hair was uncut, and so she was a good purchase. However, I feel like I want to take a little bit of a break from collecting dolls, but my heart is kind of sad because I really want a Josefina in my collection, and I just feel like sometimes I wish maybe I should have spent a little bit more money and got a Josefina, because I would really, really like a Josefina. Yeah, I don't know, so that's why I regret her a little bit, because I would rather have a Josefina, but I want to get all the historical dolls anyways, so I don't know. So it's not like a major regret, because I knew I would get Kaya eventually, and she was a really good deal, and she has the cutest face mold ever. I mean, look at it. So cute. So I highly recommend getting a Kaya if you want a Kaya, because she is a very unique doll. I think she's very unique, and she's very, very cute and very beautiful. It's just, I loved Josefina because of her stories. So next we have Felicity, and Felicity is a doll I regret, and she might look a little bit different from a typical Felicity because I had to re-wig her. Now the story, I have shared this story on my channel before, so sorry if it's a little bit repetitive, but I did buy this Felicity with her purple meat outfit, her shoes, and some leggings and some bloomers, and her cape, and Caroline's pajamas, and her full box set for $140 or $150. Now, that is a really good deal, but the seller didn't disclose that her hair was cut. Kind of disappointed, but I kind of broke down the cost it would be to get all those items individually, like her books and her dress. So I still got a deal, even though I had to buy her another wig off of Amazon. Now this wig only cost me $20, but the thing is it's very slippery. I don't know how else to describe it, but if you, oop, I almost had her fall over there, but it's a very slippery wig. So if you want to tie her hair back like in her meat hairstyle or something like that, the elastic or the hair bow or whatever you use just falls right out of the hair because the hair is so slippery and shiny. So yes, it still has the same hair color as Felicity, and I was very excited for the color to match. However, it's just kind of the wig is frustrating me, and I feel frustrated that I had to buy the wig and she doesn't have her pin curls. So this one is probably the one that I most regret, but I still think she was a good deal. I just feel like I have a hard time connecting with her because she's had that crazy story with her. Now this doll might be a complete shock for everyone who's been following my channel within like the last month. So I bought this doll from a thrift store, and she's an American Girl Wellie Wisher, and I bought her from the thrift store for $3.99. Now Willa is one of the characters that I really like from the Wellie Wisher line. Ashlyn and Willa have always been my favorites from the Wellie Wisher line, and so I was so excited when I saw a Willa for $3.99 at my local thrift store. However, the problem is, so I had bought some dolls from the thrift store before, and I have been able to find wigs very easily for 18-inch dolls. However, for Wellie Wisher size dolls, I'm really struggling. So I would love a wig that would be similar to Willa's wig, but I can't find one for a reasonable price, so like less than $50 Canadian. And most of the time it's more, it's like $70, and I'm not spending, you know, money on a wig that could be for buying a new doll or something like that. So I'm glad that her wig is cut in a okay way now. So she is Jenny from Samantha and Nellie's stories. So she is one of Nellie's sisters. So I have both of Nellie's sisters because I have a Hearts for Hearts doll playing Bridget. Anyway, so it's not a complete waste. I just thought I could get like a very nice long red wig for her, but I haven't been able to find one. So I'm just a little bit sad about that. So that has been all the American Girls and Rainbow High dolls I have regretted purchasing. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, if I really regretted a doll, I have sold dolls in the past, especially like Monster High dolls, because I know Monster High dolls, for example, have a very good value, especially Generation 1. So I did sell some dolls in the past because I knew I could make a little bit of profit or things like that. So I'm not completely opposed to getting rid of dolls, but when it comes to American Girl, I don't really sell any, and Rainbow High, I don't know if I want to sell any dolls yet. So these aren't dolls that I completely, like 100% regret, or else I would have gotten rid of them already. But this is just kind of like my least favorites in my collection. So thank you so much for watching. Happy Doll-a-Days. I'll see you all next time, and Happy New Year.